I will never forget the way those of us who criticised the government's willfully blind lockdown policy were derided as cranks, deniers and crack jobs simply because we demanded proof that the cure, in this case shutting down the country, was not worse than the cause, a relatively minor virus for most. I will also never forget the way the MSM and the scientific establishment conspired to terrify the nation, with the top politicians making those devastating decisions leading the charge.
At every step of this process, we have followed the latest scientific and medical advice.
For those people who think this is not a serious illness,
they need to take a good look. This is as scary as it gets. My mum was one of the disbelievers and she's on the next floor up from here.
It is really terrible.
Our goal is to slow the spread of the virus and protect the ability of the NHS to cope.
Please do as we're asked. Wash your hands, wear your masks, keep a safe distance apart, and please do not go out unless you have to.
And we've told people to stay at home so that we can protect lives and protect the NHS.
Well, today, in one of the most shocking confessions by a politician in recent history, that man, the Chancellor throughout the pandemic, Rishi Sunak, admitted he supported a lockdown policy and allowed sceptics like me to be derided without one scrap of evidence, and he told us they were justified. The pathetic mea culpa to the lockdown sceptical editor of the Spectator magazine, Fraser Nelson, and the last roll of the dice in Fishy Rishi's campaign to become Prime Minister has backfired spectacularly. Why on earth would we want a Prime Minister who would be railroaded by officials and lockdown-obsessed scientists knowing the damage such a policy was going to cause? Why the hell would we want a Prime Minister who sits idly by, nodding through decisions he knows are morally wrong, simply to cling to power? And that's what Sunak admitted to. It's a shameful dereliction of duty. Let me take you through it. So he said, I wasn't allowed to talk about the trade-off. The script was not to ever acknowledge them. The script was, oh, there's no trade-off because doing this for our health is good for the economy. The script? Who the hell is writing this script? The World Health Organization? The World Economic Forum? You're the Chancellor, mate. Lead. But Sunak went on. We didn't talk at all about missed appointments or the backlog building in the NHS in a massive way. That was never part of it. And conceding the propaganda we were force-fed was a disgrace, he added, in every brief we tried to say, let's stop the fear narrative. It was always wrong. From the beginning, I constantly said it was wrong. It was wrong to scare people like that. So whose fault was this? Well, as I've been saying for the past 2 years, it was those power-mad scientists on stage, led by the disastrous, witty Vallance and Ferguson. After keeping his mouth shut for those 2 years, Sunak, he apparently now agrees. He said in the interview, this is the problem. If you empower all these independent people, you're screwed. But then ludicrously, without any hint of irony, Sunak added, all this blaming civil servants, I hate it. We are elected to run the country, not to blame someone else. If the apparatus is not there, then we change it. Correct, Mr. Sunak? You were in a position to change this mess for 2 years. You refused, and you failed the country. As the Chancellor of lockdown, this cost of living crisis, which is actually a cost of lockdown crisis, well, it's on you.